Hey guys, man, it is just like, it's hot. It's like 90 something degrees. It's bad. And there's a lot of issues now. There's issues now. I don't know how where they even come from. I'm really convinced that people from other cities or something keep coming here, and it's become really crowded, congested with people, and things are not good right now. Being a well, get out of here. I'm gonna get stung by a bee on top of all other things. Okay, so I got a car yesterday. It took me a while to get it, and I had to change my license over because I still had a Florida one. And that process at the MVC or DMV, whatever they call it, by where you're at, it was horrific. I had to go. I went back a few times because it was just too long of a line, and then I went about 4 in the morning and had to sit on the ground around the building. I'm so upset because of all that. It has been done in vain in my eyes. So yeah, and I waited all that time, and then they finally opened at 8, and that was number 35, I think. There was only taking 100 people on a Saturday. Only 100 people. They opened the MVC on Saturdays now. They're open now on Saturdays, and yeah, so but so damn it. Okay, so I waited all that time, finally got the license. What did they ask you? They ask you the stupidest questions that have nothing to do with the license. They ask you if you have a mental or physical disability. These are mandatory questions. Go ahead and hit me because I've had it already. I've had it. Okay, so yeah, they ask you that, which I think I'm protected by HIPAA laws, that I don't have to disclose that information, but who knows. Now there's all kinds of rules, new ones that we don't even know existed. And then there's another question that says, this is just to change my license over from one state to the other. Okay, and then there was another question that said, do I owe child support money or something like that? I'm like, okay, interesting questions. And there was only 2 of them, so what was the point of having 2 questions? I took a picture of it. I couldn't even believe it. Like, what is this? I never seen that before. Anyway, so yeah, so I went through hell for that thing. Then they couldn't even give it to me until they made it first a permit and then a license. I don't know why they had to do that extra step, but they seem to have done. I have to waste more time by doing that. So I got out of there about 7. No, what did I say? I got there at 4:30, and I left at 11:30 or so. So yeah, you count the hours that I spent doing that. Okay, so I got through all of that. Then I went and got the car, and I couldn't get the car because I couldn't get money out of my account because the place that I was getting the car from wanted to charge me $125 to take to use my credit card or debit card, and that was a big fee that I do not have money to waste and afford that. So hold on. So what I had to do is take money out of my account, a big amount of money, which was a problem with my bank. So I went through that hell. And they tried to claim some kind of fraud at the bank. They didn't want to give me the money. Like they were asking some personal questions there at the bank. The lady, okay, I went through the drive-thru because that's the only way you could see them during this time period, and so I did that. And she's like, hold on. First of all, I was waiting 30 minutes at least, waiting for her to respond because I'm making a withdrawal, and she's like, oh, hold on, we have an issue here. I gotta call the whatever number. They didn't even like elaborate on what the issue was. And then she comes out. She's like, okay, drive around into the parking lot. I'll come right out to see you, and I gotta ask you a few questions. I'm like, okay, really? So she comes out, and she comes out with this little booklet with her pen and her face looking all stupid, and it's like, okay, she was wearing a mask at least. And she's like asking me 21 questions about my income and unemployment income, and I'm like, whoa. Okay, first, before she said that, I guess she was asking questions to confirm my identity, address, phone number, you know, the typical. And then she started to go into more personal stuff like my income, if I get unemployment, how much it is, the exact amount, and like if I'm an identity theft, you know, person. And then I was like, what the hell do you mean? Give me my money. Like, I know I have the money in there. Can you please just release the money? I already gave you all the information. Why are you asking me about unemployment? Like, obviously you know how much money goes into my bank. It gets direct deposit. So she was just aggravating me and got me to the point where I was having anxiety and stuff. So I was like, hold on, lady, just give me my money because you can't do this. You're interrogating me outside in public for no good reason, and I am I've been a patron or whatever. Okay, I've been a I don't know what they call it, customer, whatever. No, because I have a bank account there. I have the bank account there for many years. So I'm thinking, what is this interrogation? And like, okay, those people know who I am. I come all the time. Like, this is the main bank I come. And she's like, well, nobody in here knows who you are. I'm like, what? What are you even? Then I really got upset, and I was like freaking out, and I'm like, what are you even talking? What is all of this? I'm gonna call the police on you if you don't release my money. And then she's like, oh, well, forget it then. Here's your ID back. Here's your card. Goodbye. And she walks away. I can't even make this stuff up, but you know what? And then I came around again, and she's like, okay, well, what is then she asked me the question again, how much money do I get in my unemployment check every week? And I had to give her the exact amount. And then she finally said, okay, fine. And then she was like, okay, then she gave me my money. Like, really? And then we were outside, and there was people out there, and I said, you're embarrassing me in front of people. And then she's like, no, because I was like, there's a time and place to discuss financial matters. You don't just do that in public outside. And then I asked her, where's your badge? Do I even know, like, really, do I know if you work here or not? Because all that happened was you came out of nowhere, have this book in your hand with a pen and a mask on your face, which, yeah, we need to use that. But then she didn't have any identification. I never seen her before myself. So it was very awkward and odd. But then she finally released my money, which is my money that I have in the bank. So you know what? What's going on? Seriously, what the fuck is going on? I feel like I gotta take all my money out of the bank because for some reason they can just say, no, I'm not gonna give you the money. Like, they don't. The thing is, like, even if the bank doesn't have the money, they don't have to give you the money back or something, because they're actually using your money while it's in there. Anyway, but then everything else you do in life, you need a bank account. So they kind of stick you in that position, right? That you need to have one. Alright, so I went through all that hell. Then I couldn't take money out of my other account because there's a limit. And like I said, I had to come up with a big sum of money because the stupid place I'm buying the car from wanted to charge me extra money for processing the card. Because, you know, I knew I was not getting into a great situation with them, and I continued on even though I knew better. So in a way, it's my fault, whatever happens to the car, because I should have known better. But so I finally get to the car place, and then the guy is just like, and I'm like, he was supposed to fix the alignment. He was supposed to do an alignment on the car, okay? And we even discussed this before I signed any paper. And they're like, okay, we're gonna check it out. And then he comes and says, well, you know, the mechanic came out and said there's nothing wrong with the steering, and you know, you have to drive it a little while. You'll have to drive it for like a week or two to straighten everything out. Or then he started explaining some kind of process that they have liquid inside. I don't know, but I don't think that was true, because it's recommended that if you do they had to do a rack and pinion in the damn car. Knowing that, I should have not even got the car. But at least I figured at least they did the work on it. But they didn't complete the job because they didn't do a alignment. Because after you mess around with tires and stuff, you need to align the car. That's not even that expensive to do. And with all the money that I paid up front, I would expect that work to be done. So he didn't want to do it. And I'm like, he's like, well, come back in 2 weeks. And well, then we can go bring it to somewhere. I don't know where he was talking about. And do the alignment. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Just do the alignment. It's fucking that simple. I gave him the whole weekend to do it. So yeah, they're trying to rip me off with that too. And then he's asking me, oh, do you want any insurance? We have a special deal. I'm like, no, I have my own insurance. I don't need your insurance. You know? And not only that, he wouldn't give me my, like, I don't know what to do now. I feel like I gotta go to motor vehicle myself again to figure out the registration and title, because he didn't give it to me. I mean, well, he's supposed to give me, I think, the title at least. But, you know, so I could register the car. But no, that was part of the deal, that they go on to do that. And then he's like, well, damn it, sorry for the noise. There's a lot of construction and work done on houses. A lot of it, I'm noticing it a lot. So, you know, construction on the roads, and this is just terrible. Like, they have the time and the money to do that, but then other people are getting kicked out of homes, rentals, and that's another thing I have to speak about. Alright, so this guy's kind of scammed me. I had a bad idea about him to begin with, but I still continued on because I really like the car, and I figured, hey, if I own it, I'll be able to repair it little by little, whatever. You know, it won't be a big monthly car payment or anything like that on top of making repairs to it or whatever, paying for repairs. So, you know, stupidly, spelling crap out. Look at all these boats here. Oh, there's a lifeguard? That's at first. I've never seen a lifeguard here. Interesting. Alright, things are changing. So this guy's trying to fuck with me, like, do the minimal. Who knows? Not only that, there's no inspection sticker on the car, and I'm in a state that is required. The car came from another state, I think New York, but still, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to get that sticker, you know, get my thing inspected or whatever. So yeah, and then he says, oh well, due to the COVID thing, you might not get your title and registration until December. What? Wait, this whole policy they had with extending the dates of expiration or whatever for temporary tags and stuff. Well, that was supposed to be for you know, meant for a good reason, but yet in my case it's not a good reason, because I need that immediately. I cannot do anything without a license and title. You know, you can't really do much with that. You're basically on temporary. You're owning it. You own it, but you don't own it yet. So it's like you're renting the car or something. Feels that way, because I cannot claim true ownership yet, even though I paid for it. So I'm really upset with myself following through with that offer, because I don't think it was a good one, and screwed my own self with it. And wow, it's hot out here. Yep. So it's the turning of the wheel is just bizarre. Like, if you're making a full turn around, it won't do it. It won't turn correctly. The wheel won't go all the way around, and it's an issue. It's dangerous. So I have to go back at least in a week, because he said 2 weeks, but I'm not gonna wait that long. They better do something about it, and he probably won't, but we'll try. Wow, it's super hot. This is like unusual heat. Very, very unusual for this area. Okay, so I'm gonna do a different video about what happened with my landlord now. Yep. So, you know, you try to have good intentions and you do the right things, and then you still get fucked over. And I'll do another video on that. Okay, so like, share, and subscribe, please. Leave a comment, and see you next time. Look at all this construction. You can hear it through the whole video. Alright, bye, thanks.